aka A Life in Rhythm and Rhyme. Long before stadium crowds shouted his stage name and platinum records lined the walls of recording studios, Kiernan Jarrett Forbes was simply a curious young boy growing up in Cape Town, South Africa. Born on January 28, 1988, he entered a country that was undergoing enormous political and social change. His childhood would be shaped by a supportive family, a passion for creativity, and a determination that would eventually make him one of the most influential figures in South African hip-hop. As a child, Kiernan displayed an active imagination. He enjoyed learning, asked countless questions, and developed interests that stretched beyond the classroom. His parents encouraged education while also allowing him the freedom to discover his talents. Although no one could have predicted the extraordinary path his life would take, the foundations of discipline and ambition were already being laid. Music entered his world early. He listened to a wide variety of artists from South Africa and abroad, absorbing different styles, rhythms, and storytelling techniques. Hip-hop, however, fascinated him more than any other genre. The confidence, lyrical skill, and culture surrounding rap music appealed to his personality. He admired artists who could transform everyday experiences into unforgettable verses. Like many teenagers, Kiernan experimented with different hobbies before deciding where his future truly belonged. He enjoyed technology and creativity, often finding ways to combine the two. Friends noticed that he possessed natural confidence and wasn't afraid to express himself. Whether discussing music or sharing ideas, he had an ability to command attention. During his school years, South African hip-hop was steadily growing. While international artists dominated the charts, a new generation of local musicians wanted to prove that African rappers could compete on the global stage. Kiernan became fascinated with this movement. He believed that South African stories deserved to be heard by audiences everywhere. As he grew older, music shifted from being a hobby to becoming an obsession. He spent countless hours writing lyrics, studying rhyme schemes, and analyzing the production behind popular songs. He wanted to understand every aspect of creating music, not only performing, but also producing and shaping the final sound. His determination led him to form connections with like-minded musicians. Together, they dreamed of changing the local music industry. They rehearsed, recorded demos, and discussed ways to stand out in an increasingly competitive scene. Their ambitions seemed enormous, but they believed persistence would eventually open doors. One of Kiernan's earliest major musical ventures was as a member of the hip-hop group Entity. The group gave him valuable experience in songwriting, recording, and performing before live audiences. Although the project did not become a lasting commercial success, it served as an important learning experience. Every recording session taught him something new, and every performance strengthened his confidence. Even during these early years, he demonstrated qualities that would later define his career. He was meticulous about his work, often revising lyrics until he felt they were perfect. He paid close attention to production quality and understood that presentation mattered almost as much as talent. He believed that an artist should always strive for excellence. The road to recognition was anything but easy. Financial uncertainty, limited opportunities, and the challenges of building a career in a developing music industry tested his resolve. Yet setbacks rarely discouraged him for long. Instead, they motivated him to work even harder. Eventually, Kiernan decided to pursue a solo career. It was a significant risk. Leaving the familiarity of a group meant taking full responsibility for his success or failure. Around this time, he adopted the stage name AKA, a short, memorable identity that would soon become recognized across South Africa and beyond. The name reflected confidence and individuality. It suggested reinvention while remaining connected to the person behind it. As AKA, he sought to create music that blended international production standards with authentic South African experiences. His early solo recordings immediately attracted attention within hip-hop circles. Listeners appreciated his confident delivery, polished production, and ability to create memorable hooks. Industry professionals began noticing that a new star might be emerging. Rather than following existing trends, AKA developed a style that balanced lyrical storytelling with commercially appealing sounds. He understood that hip-hop could be both artistic and accessible. This approach helped separate him from many of his contemporaries. As his reputation grew, opportunities expanded. Producers wanted to work with him. Radio stations became increasingly willing to play his songs. Fans shared his music with friends, helping his popularity spread organically throughout the country. Behind every milestone stood countless hours of unseen work. Recording sessions often stretched late into the night. Lyrics were rewritten repeatedly. Beats were refined until they matched the vision in his mind. Success, aka believed, belonged to those willing to invest extraordinary effort. Outside music, he continued developing his understanding of branding and entertainment. He recognized that modern artists needed more than talent. They needed a recognizable identity. Fashion, interviews, performances, and public appearances all contributed to the image he carefully crafted. His confidence occasionally attracted criticism, but it also inspired admiration. Supporters viewed him as someone unafraid to dream boldly. He projected ambition at a time when many young South Africans searched for examples of what was possible through dedication and creativity. As the years progressed, AKA's audience expanded beyond underground hip-hop enthusiasts. Casual music listeners began recognizing his name. Concert promoters invited him to larger events. Industry awards gradually followed, confirming that his persistence had begun paying off. The foundation had now been laid for one of South Africa's most remarkable music careers. The young boy who had once dreamed about making records was steadily transforming into a national star. Yet greater triumphs and equally significant challenges still lay ahead. His journey would soon bring chart-topping albums, major collaborations, international recognition, highly publicized relationships, moments of celebration, and periods of intense public scrutiny. Through it all, AKA remained one of the most discussed figures in South African entertainment, admired by many for his artistry and determination. The next chapter of his life would elevate him to superstar status, but fame would also introduce new pressures. Every success would be celebrated publicly, and every setback would unfold before millions. It was a life that few could have imagined when Kiernan Forbes first picked up a pen and began writing rhymes as a young dreamer with extraordinary ambitions. The years following AKA's decision to pursue a solo career marked the beginning of one of the most influential journeys in South African hip-hop. The confidence that had once existed only in recording studios and notebooks was now visible on television screens, radio stations, concert stages, and social media. Kiernan Forbes was no longer simply an aspiring artist. He was becoming one of the defining voices of a generation. One successful single led to another, and his reputation continued to grow. Fans admired his polished delivery, sharp lyricism, and ability to combine hard-hitting rap with memorable choruses. He embraced the challenge of competing with the best artists in the country while also aiming to reach international audiences. When his debut studio album, Alter Ego, was released in 2011, it marked a turning point in his career. The album introduced listeners to an artist who was determined to raise the standard of South African hip-hop. Songs from the project received widespread radio play, earned awards, and established AKA as one of the country's brightest stars. Success brought new opportunities. Concert promoters invited him to headline festivals, brands sought partnerships with him, and fellow musicians wanted to collaborate. He became known not only for his music, but also for his fashion, confidence, and unmistakable stage presence. As his popularity increased, AKA developed a reputation for delivering energetic live performances. Thousands of fans attended his shows, often rapping every lyric back to him. The connection he shared with audiences became one of his greatest strengths. Whether performing in Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town, or elsewhere, he commanded attention from the moment he stepped on stage. His second album, Levels, further elevated his status. The project showcased his artistic growth and included several songs that became major hits. Critics praised the album's production quality and lyrical maturity, while fans embraced its blend of confidence, ambition, and introspection. Awards and commercial success followed, reinforcing his position among South Africa's leading musicians. AKA believed that South African artists deserved global recognition. He frequently spoke about raising standards within the local music industry and encouraged fellow musicians to think beyond national borders. His vision inspired many younger artists to pursue careers in hip-hop with greater ambition. Beyond music, he expanded his influence into business. Partnerships with major brands, endorsement deals, and entrepreneurial ventures demonstrated that he understood the importance of building a lasting legacy beyond recording albums. He carefully cultivated his public image, knowing that modern artists needed to succeed in multiple industries. While professional achievements accumulated, his personal life increasingly became the subject of public attention. Relationships that might otherwise have remained private unfolded in newspapers, television interviews, and online discussions. Supporters celebrated his happiest moments, but also closely followed periods of heartbreak and controversy. One of the most significant chapters of his personal life was becoming a father to his daughter, Cairo. Fatherhood revealed a different side of AKA's personality. Away from the bright lights of concerts and recording studios, he often expressed pride in being a parent and shared moments that reflected the joy of watching his daughter grow. Fans appreciated seeing a softer side of the confident rapper they knew from his music. Balancing fatherhood with a demanding entertainment career was not always easy. Touring, recording, media appearances, and business commitments required constant travel and long working hours. Despite these demands, he often spoke about the importance of being present in his daughter's life whenever possible. As his fame grew, so did public interest in every aspect of his life. Social media amplified both praise and criticism. Every interview, performance, or personal decision could become a trending topic within hours. While this visibility strengthened his brand, it also increased the pressure he faced. AKA was known for speaking his mind. Whether discussing music, sports, business, or current events, he rarely avoided expressing his opinions. His outspoken personality won admiration from supporters who appreciated his honesty, while others disagreed with his views. Regardless of opinion, few could ignore him. Competition within the South African hip-hop industry also became part of his story. Like many artists in rap, disagreements and rivalries occasionally emerged. Some were expressed through interviews or music, while others attracted widespread media coverage. These moments generated significant public interest and became part of the broader culture surrounding hip-hop. Despite occasional controversies, AKA continued producing successful music. Albums such as Touch My Blood demonstrated his continued artistic evolution and featured collaborations with prominent local and international artists. The project explored themes including ambition, success, family, resilience, and personal reflection. As his career matured, his music became increasingly introspective. While earlier songs often celebrated confidence and achievement, later work also reflected the responsibilities and pressures that accompanied success. Listeners heard an artist willing to discuss victories alongside moments of vulnerability. The entertainment industry can be demanding, and fame often brings challenges invisible to audiences. Constant public attention, demanding schedules, creative expectations, and personal struggles can affect even the most successful performers. AKA experienced periods of intense public scrutiny, reminding many observers that celebrity does not eliminate life's difficulties. Even during challenging periods, his commitment to music rarely diminished. He continued recording, collaborating with younger artists, and supporting the growth of South African hip-hop. Many emerging musicians regarded him as both a competitor and an inspiration. Throughout his career, AKA accumulated numerous awards, chart-topping singles, and millions of fans. His influence extended beyond rap music into fashion, business, and popular culture. He helped demonstrate that South African hip-hop could achieve mainstream commercial success while maintaining its own unique identity. By the early 2020s, AKA had become one of the country's most recognizable entertainers. His name carried weight throughout the music industry, and his contributions had influenced an entire generation of artists. Yet with fame came immense responsibility, public expectations, and constant attention. As he continued creating music and planning future projects, few could have imagined that tragedy would soon interrupt a career that still had much to offer. His final years would remind South Africans not only of his remarkable achievements, but also of how quickly life can change. The story of AKA's life would soon take a heartbreaking turn, one that shocked the nation, prompted widespread mourning, and led to an ongoing criminal investigation and legal proceedings. His legacy, however, would continue through the music he created the artists he inspired, and the memories shared by millions of fans. I'd be happy to continue the story, but I need to avoid presenting unverified allegations or implying that specific people are guilty while legal proceedings are ongoing. In early 2023, AKA was preparing for another important chapter in his career. He remained one of South Africa's most recognizable musicians, continuing to work on new music and looking ahead to future performances. Fans eagerly anticipated his upcoming projects, believing that he still had much to contribute to the country's music scene. On the evening of February 10, 2023, AKA was in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, with friends and members of his team. The city was alive with its usual energy, and the rapper was in town ahead of a scheduled performance. As the evening progressed, he spent time with those around him, unaware that these would become his final public moments. While outside a popular restaurant, AKA and his close friend, celebrity chef and entrepreneur Thobela Tibbs Motsoane were shot. Emergency responders and police arrived at the scene, but both men died from their injuries. News of the shooting spread rapidly across social media, television, and radio, leaving fans and fellow artists in disbelief. Across South Africa and beyond, tributes poured in. Musicians, actors, athletes, political leaders, and ordinary citizens expressed their shock and sadness. Radio stations played his songs throughout the day, while fans gathered to leave flowers, candles, handwritten notes, and photographs in his memory. His family released heartfelt statements thanking the public for their support while asking for privacy as they grieved. Messages of sympathy arrived from across Africa and around the world, reflecting the impact AKA had made during more than a decade in the music industry. His memorial service brought together thousands of mourners. Friends, collaborators, and family members shared stories about the man they knew beyond the headlines. They remembered his determination, sense of humor, generosity, passion for music, and unwavering belief in South African talent. For many, the occasion was both a celebration of his achievements and a painful reminder of how suddenly life can change. His funeral was attended by loved ones, colleagues, and supporters who came to pay their final respects. Although his life had ended at the age of 35, his influence on South African hip-hop had already become firmly established. Following the shooting, the South African Police Service launched a major investigation. Detectives examined surveillance footage, interviewed witnesses, analyzed forensic evidence, and worked to reconstruct the events leading up to the attack. The investigation drew widespread public attention because of AKA's prominence and the tragic loss of Tibbs. Over time, authorities announced that several individuals had been arrested and charged in connection with the case. Prosecutors alleged that the shooting was planned and involved multiple participants with different alleged roles. The accused appeared in court on various occasions as the criminal proceedings began. As with any criminal case, the charges represent allegations by the prosecution. The accused are entitled to a fair trial and are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in court. The legal process includes hearings, the presentation of evidence, opportunities for the defense to respond, and decisions made independently by the courts. Because the proceedings have been ongoing, there have been multiple court appearances and legal arguments concerning matters such as evidence, extradition involving some accused persons, scheduling, and procedural issues. Families of the victims, supporters, journalists, and members of the public have continued to follow developments closely while awaiting the outcome of the judicial process. The investigation has also highlighted broader concerns about violent crime in South Africa and its impact on families, communities, and public figures alike. Many commentators have called for continued efforts to improve public safety and ensure that justice is pursued through the legal system. While the court process continues, AKA's artistic legacy has remained strong. Fans continue to stream his music, revisit his albums, and introduce his work to younger listeners. Songs that once celebrated ambition, confidence, and perseverance have taken on new emotional meaning in the years since his passing. His posthumous album, Mass Country, was widely praised for its production, songwriting, and emotional depth. Many listeners felt the project reflected an artist who was continuing to evolve creatively, making its release especially poignant after his death. AKA's influence can also be seen in the new generation of South African rappers. Many have cited him as an inspiration, praising his professionalism, his commitment to high production standards, and his belief that local artists could compete on the global stage. His willingness to invest in quality visuals, polished performances, and ambitious projects helped raise expectations across the industry. Outside music, he is remembered as a father who loved his daughter, a friend to many within the entertainment community, and a public figure whose life included remarkable success alongside personal challenges. His story resonated with people because it reflected both the rewards and pressures of living in the public eye. Today, AKA's name remains woven into the history of South African hip-hop. His albums continue to be celebrated. His performances are remembered by those who witnessed them, and his influence can be heard in the music of artists who followed in his footsteps. Although the courts will ultimately determine the legal outcome of the criminal case related to his death, his artistic legacy is already secure. Through his music, determination, and vision, Kiernan Jared Forbes left a lasting mark on South African culture. His life serves as a reminder that talent can inspire millions, that creativity can transcend borders, and that a person's work can continue to speak long after they are gone. For countless fans, AKA will be remembered not only for the awards he won or the records he sold, but for helping shape the sound and identity of modern South African hip-hop.